and maybe sobering in some ways. When you look at the quarterbacks that are left in the NFL playoffs, where does young Bo rank? So before we do this, though, we got to figure out, like, are we talking about?
I was going to ask, because you like to ask a question, but it's like, let's be detailed with it.
Yes. Because
Please.
I think there's two ways you can look at it. Where would these quarterbacks rank just in general if everything is even? Or do you want to do it, where do these quarterbacks rank in this unique situation here with Sean Payton in Denver, Colorado?
Oh. I wish we could do both of them.
We can.
Let's try.
We can. What do you think, Dante? Opinion on how we do this?
I was going to do like a specific situation. Who do you want to be your quarterback? It's fourth quarter, 3 minutes left. You're down by 4 points.
Okay.
There's a later. Like,
There's a bunch of different ways.
Out of these 13 quarterbacks, who do you trust?
Yeah, with the ball in their hands on a game-winning drive. I mean, that's another way to do it. So this is pretty abstract, all right? You could do it a bunch of different ways. Let's do it because we're talking about it's through the lens of Bo.
Yep.
And Bo's here with Sean. Let's do it that way first.
So what quarterback you think would thrive with Sean Payton being the head coach?
In this exact situation that Bo Nix has thrived in and put himself in the Rookie of the Year conversation.
Yeah.
Because we're doing it, this segment is revolving around Bo and comparing everyone else with Bo or Bo to everyone else. Let's do it that way. Are you good with that?
I'm good with it. I'm good with whatever way you want to do it, Zach. Let's do it.
Okay. I like this. All right. Where does Bo rank among the current quarterbacks in the playoffs? Does Bo Nix rank ahead or in front of Justin Herbert?
No, he does not. He does not rank ahead of Justin Herbert.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to jump the gun.
Yeah, no, I like it.
That's all I heard.
Yep, it's all good. It's all good.
Like, no, he did not. No, he does not. Justin Herbert right now, I mean, he's having a really good year. And one thing about Justin Herbert is the time, the rhythm, the processing. He gets out of the pocket. He can still move. He's making some of the tough passes. And it's hard to say it like he's better than Bo, but he is because he's played longer. So we all know that. But I think Justin Herbert is a special athlete. And I'll never forget when I was in the locker room sitting down talking to Royce Freeman, and I wasn't in on Justin Herbert either. I was like, there is no way Justin Herbert's going to be a good quarterback in the NFL. Like, I don't care what nobody says. And Look what Justin Herbert is doing. It's just he's a tough quarterback that makes tough throws. He's very accurate. And one thing about it, he's smart. He's smart and he's athletic as can be. So no, Bo Nix is not in front of Justin Herbert.
I have to agree. If Justin Herbert were here, and again we're doing the exercise, would Justin Herbert thrive more right now in the exact situation that Bo is in? I would have to say, yeah. I would say, yeah. Bo's not ahead of Justin Herbert, and Herbert walked in the league and had the greatest statistical offensive rookie season ever at the quarterback position. That's who Bo is only looking up at touchdown passes.
And when you look at Justin Herbert's roster right now, or who he has to throw to, it's kind of similar to what Bo Nix is dealing with here. Honestly, Bo Nix might have a better receiving core than the Chargers right at this moment.
Yeah. I mean, and then this year, the one thing that Herbert has done this year, similarly to Josh Allen, is the interceptions.
Yep.
You know how many picks he has this year? 3.
Denver being one of them.
3 interceptions. Yes.
Chris Abrams' drain.
Yeah, great recall, Phil.
That rookie.
And here's the thing. He's attempted over 500 passes. Over 500 passing attempts, 3 total interceptions. Bo Nix is not ahead of Justin Herbert here as we rank the quarterbacks left in the current NFL playoffs. C.J. Stroud.
This is a tough one. Because last year C.J. Stroud took the league by storm. He did some great things. And this year, he's still doing some great things. Now, he's not looking like the C.J. Stroud of last year. He's came back down to earth a little bit. But I'm looking at it in the lens of like, could Sean Payton take C.J. Stroud and do the things that C.J. Stroud has been doing? I don't think so. I would put Bo over C.J. Stroud.
Really?
Yeah. time, the rhythm, the processing. Bo Nix just has that down. C.J. Stroud, although he still has the time, the rhythm, the processing, a really good quarterback, don't get me wrong. I think for Sean, he's not Sean's type of quarterback.
Phil, we're going to agree on this.
Look at you copying me. You're going next.
As I would love to go next.
You're going next.
You know what? Let's alternate. Let's alternate. I actually agree with you for the exact same reasons that you said. C.J. Stroud is more of a freestyler, and Bo is more of more written music. Like, it's more orchestrated.
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud is a better improviser. But I'll say this. Do you realize that C.J. Stroud threw 9 less touchdowns than Bo Nix this year with the same amount of interceptions? I don't think a lot of
but
NFL...
to be fair, Stephon Diggs blew his knee out. Nico Collins, who's a Pro Bowler.
That's true.
I still have to defend him now.
Sure.
Nico Collins was out for like 5 or 6 games. That's their leading receiver, and Nico Collins still got the Pro Bowl nod. So that you still have to take that in consideration. And we're not close to that situation, so people aren't.
No, you're right. You're right. And the context is lost there. I like that. But how about this? As good as C.J. Stroud's rookie season was, still less touchdowns than Bo. Less interceptions, to be fair. But this year, Bo Nix, compared to C.J. Stroud, playing the same amount of games, had a better completion percentage, more touchdowns than C.J. Stroud, and the same amount of interceptions, and a better QBR. So it's Bo. It's C.J.
It's Bo.
C.J. Stroud is below Bo in this conversation, according to us, and we'll see how much we agree or disagree as we continue to do this. Next on the list, let's go Russell Wilson. Is Bo Nix a better fit right now than Russell Wilson? Abso-freaking-lutely. This one I don't think needs a lot of discussion. Well, you know what? I'll say this. Statistically, last year, Russ was similar.
Russ was cooking
to Bo. Russ was not cooking.
He was cooking.
Russ was not cooking. Russ was not. Russ wasn't cooking.
Oh, the hate for Russ. Hey, Russ is in the playoffs too.
He is. Is this Russell's last time playing in the NFL playoffs?
Depends on how Russ does in the playoffs. We haven't got to see Russell Wilson in the playoffs for a very long time. When Russell has been in the playoffs, he has done some pretty good things. So I'm excited to see what Russ brings to the table when it's the playoff atmosphere. Because what people don't understand is everything matters in the playoffs. It intensifies. Everything is on an all-time high. And if you make one mistake, it could be the reason why you lose the game. And Russ has been there so many times. He has won a Super Bowl. He's been to 2. And so I'm interested to see how Russell Wilson attacks the playoffs.
Well, I can't wait to watch that football game. I cannot wait to watch that football. I think that's going to be lower scoring. Listen to Mike Tomlin in his press conference yesterday. It's all about possession of the football. I think they're going to try to get 3.5 yards of carry and control the game that way. We'll see how it ends up panning out. But yes, Bo Nix is ahead of Russell Wilson in the current ranking of quarterbacks that are in the NFL playoffs. We get to Lamar Jackson.
Oh, come on now. I like to the time, the rhythm processing, that's all cute and fine and dandy. But if Sean couldn't get the best out of Lamar, that's on Sean because Lamar is flourishing. And I know with Harbaugh, he has tailored everything around Lamar Jackson. But Lamar Jackson is a special football player. He will go to the Hall of Fame. And
definitely.
He's for sure ahead of Bo Nix.
Yep, no pushback from me. And I wonder...
And he's going to win the MVP.
He's not going to win the MVP. But I'll say this. I wonder if from Sean, and there's no way of knowing, from Sean, because with Sean, it's like his systems comes first. His system comes first.
You're not a good coach if it's all about your systems, Zach.
Well, hold on. I'm just asking the question, and there's no way of knowing the answer, so it's a hypothetical here. Would Sean tear down his offensive system to work around a dynamic Hall of Famer like Lamar Jackson the way that John Harbaugh did? This is not the style that they won a Super Bowl with 12 years ago with Joe Flacco. He tore down the entire offensive ideology and molded it all around Lamar. Would Sean have the humility to do that around a quarterback as dynamic as Lamar?
If Sean wants to win football games, he will do that. If you're too stubborn, you're going to be out of the league. Now, you found a good quarterback in Bo Nix, but even Bo Nix utilizes his legs a lot more than Sean probably once done. But that's just how the NFL is. That's how NFL is built in today's game. And then, look, Lamar has thrown for over 4,000 yards, 41 touchdowns, and has only thrown 4 interceptions. If someone like Sean can't help or can't get the best out of Lamar Jackson, then you shouldn't be coaching.
That is an MVP season right there.
Look at you.
I
can agree. Hey, 41 touchdowns passing?
No, I don't think he's going to win it. All right, I do think Josh Allen's going to win it.
He already has 2 of them.
He already has 2 of them, right? I don't even know if you want that third with you only increase the pressure there. But that's an MVP season. Last year's Lamar season, I don't think so. That season right there.
Well, it was premature.
That's incredible.
Somebody knew the future was like, hey, let's just give it to him now because next year it's going to be crazy too.
Yeah, makes sense, Phil. Makes sense. The next quarterback on the list is Josh Allen, who is the current favorite to win it. Of course,
look, Josh should have been the Denver Broncos quarterback in the first place.
Yeah.
We had an opportunity. John Elway had an opportunity to draft Josh Allen. Does not draft Josh Allen. Drafts Bradley Chubb, which is, hey, shout out Bradley Chubb. That's my boy, and I don't have no bad blood with Chubb. But I think for myself, being selfish, if I had a quarterback with me, maybe I would have stuck around a little longer just because you have the success at the quarterback position. And it's all about the quarterback position, and the quarterback can elevate everybody around him when they're elite like Josh Allen. And
when he is such a good runner of the football, that only helps the other running back thrive with that dual threat. Yeah, Josh, a 5th straight season accounting for 40 touchdowns. No quarterback in NFL history has ever done it for 3 seasons in a row. He's done it for 5 seasons in a row. So Bo would not be ahead of Josh Allen here as we rank the current quarterbacks in the NFL playoffs. We get to, it's your turn, Jordan Love.
Jordan Love's an interesting one. He's been behind Aaron Rodgers for so long. When he finally got his opportunity, he struggled at the beginning, but then picked things up and has done well. He got into the playoffs, made some noise, could have beaten the San Francisco 49ers. And honestly, it came down to him making a play. He ends up getting intercepted at the end there.
Correct.
But that's kind of like the battle scars we talk about and you talk about with the basketball. Like, you need those in the playoffs to be able to get over the hump. He passes the ball well. That one's tough because Jordan Love doesn't really necessarily run a lot. He's one of those the rhythm, the processing.
Yeah, under 100 yards rushing this year for Jordan Love.
I'm gonna put Bo Nix over Jordan Love.
Okay. And again, just if you didn't hear at the top, we're doing this ranking based on if these other quarterbacks were here in this situation in Denver with Sean Payton, would they thrive better than Bo Nix has thrived? I agree with you. I am not taking Jordan Love in this situation over Bo Nix. Bo threw more touchdowns than Love this year, threw about the same amount of interceptions. Now, Jordan has shown it in the playoffs a year ago. Remember what they did to Dallas in Dallas? Just absolutely put the Timberland boots to him. So I understand why there would be pushback on this, but I am with you. I am putting Bo ahead of Jordan Love. And now we get to Jalen Hurts.
Oh, Jalen.
Jalen Hurts, I think, would drive Sean Payton crazy for the same reason that Russell Wilson did. He holds onto the ball for so long. And Jalen Hurts is fantastic, quarterbacking a 14-3 team. But the strength of that group is the running game. The weakness of their offense is actually the passing game. It'll sound crazy to someone else around the country, but if we're doing Jalen Hurts in this situation in Denver with Sean Payton as opposed to Bo Nix in this situation, I'm not taking Jalen Hurts over.
You don't think it works out?
Do you realize Jalen Hurts threw 18 touchdowns this year? Total.
It's the tush push. Getting them 1-yard touchdowns like Josh Allen likes to get.
Yeah, it's all good when Jalen does it. Josh does it. Oh, let's put a microscope under this. Hurts on the ground, that deserves to be mentioned. 630 rushing yards, 14 touchdowns on the ground. That's a lot. That's a lot. Man, this is conflicting. I'm going to go with my gut that Bo Nix is a better synchronized fit with Sean Payton's offense than Jalen Hurts would be. What do you say?
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I think for someone like Sean, it's the time, the rhythm, the process, and that's not going to be Jalen Hurts for you all the time. I think he would drive. I believe he would drive. Jalen Hurts would drive Sean crazy because of that. Because Jalen Hurts kind of beats to his own drum. He likes to run around, kind of buy time. So yeah, and I think like to be real with you, Bo Nix is a better passer than Jalen Hurts. Like he really is, and so I'm putting Bo over Jalen Hurts.
All right, so we agree on that. Jalen Hurts did not throw for 3,000 yards this year.
Nope.
That's wild.
But I do think he got hurt. He had a concussion.
He had a concussion. Yeah, I think he missed the last 2. He played 15 games, but still passing under 200 yards a game for Jalen Hurts. That's something. That's something. Okay, we get to the next quarterback on the list as we try to find out where does Bo Nix rank among current quarterbacks in the NFL playoffs. We're doing it through the lens of how would these other quarterbacks fit here in Denver with Sean Payton. We get to Jaden Daniels. You're up.
You can't tell me that if Sean had the opportunity to pick Jaden Daniels before Bo Nix, Sean wasn't going to take Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is an elite athlete. He has a strong arm, very smart, moves around. He can set his feet, the time, that rhythm, the processing he can do. But if he needs to move out the pocket, he can do that. He almost has 1,000 yards rushing as a quarterback, and he's also throwing for over 3,000 yards. So I'm going with Sean would definitely be able to do something with Jaden Daniels, and Jaden Daniels would have success here in Denver as well. What do you got to say, Zach? Come on now. Jaden Daniels is winning Rookie of the Year.
I like to draw from substance when trying to make an opinion and not just go with my gut or, hey, I just feel it in my bones, and so this is why.
Well, your gut's rotten.
So, but I didn't tell you what my gut was yet.
All right.
But it does, in fact, my gut says Jaden Daniels wouldn't be as good of a fit as Bo, but I don't have substance to draw from. I don't. Jaden Daniels has a better completion percentage, threw for a couple of 4 less touchdowns than Bo, but had 3 less interceptions than Bo. You got to remember 4 touchdowns against that nameless, faceless Chiefs team at the end of the year kind of elevates that number a little bit. So similar touchdowns, less interceptions. Jaden Daniels has a better completion percentage, and Bo is a great athlete, but Jaden Daniels is more of, I think, a special athlete closer to Lamar Jackson with his wiggle. He's just a magician, whereas Bo Nix is more like straight line speed. Yeah. And so for those reasons, I don't have enough pushback. Bo Nix does not get ranked ahead of Jaden Daniels in this exercise.
Look at you. That hurt you, didn't it?
No, just want to talk it out with you. Just want to talk it out with you.
I like it.
We get to the next quarterback as we rank where does Bo Nix stack up amongst the current quarterbacks in the NFL playoffs. We get to Baker Mayfield.
Baker.
How would Baker Mayfield? And
People wanted Baker here, and actually we talked about Baker coming to Denver.
We did. Now he's thriving in Tampa. He's got a $100 million contract, and Baker's a stud. Baker's a stud.
Competitor, man.
He really is. And this is someone who I think Sean would actually love.
You think so?
I do.
From a competitor standpoint?
Yeah. He is just similar to Bo in that he is super, super fiery. And I think he's got a competitive edge that he embodies, much like yourself once upon a time. Like, you cannot measure the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. Baker Mayfield, you know how many yards he threw for this year? 4,500.
He went crazy.
41 touchdowns. Does that lead the league? Dante, can you circle back and check if that leads the league? My guess is
41 touchdowns?
41 touchdowns.
Well, come on now. Lamar has 41.
Okay, so that's right. You said that. So
maybe get out the seat.
So maybe they're tied. You and your Lamar. You are really something over there. Burrow led. How many did Burrow have?
Burrow had 43.
Oh,
so
dang.
43. So then Lamar and Baker are tied for second with 41. Yeah, and then
Joe Burrow, man.
When you're throwing for 4,500 yards, 41 touchdowns, you've already quarterbacked playoff teams. He plays from within the pocket, has played in multiple offenses. I think he would thrive with Sean Payton in Denver. I can't, in good conscience, put Bo Nix ahead of Baker.
Yeah, look, you said everything. You carried the load on this one. I think that Sean would love Baker Mayfield. His teammates would love to play for someone like Baker Mayfield if you're a teammate of his. He's a competitor. He knows how to win. All he does is have fun and enjoy. He's going to get everybody involved. And Sean likes people that push back a little bit. Like you said, like Bo did against the Raiders, was like, hey, push back, get in my face a little bit when I'm wrong, and let's move on. So Baker's like that.
All right, you are up. Would Pat Mahomes be a better fit here in
now.
Denver than Bo Nix?
Come on now. Everybody wants Patrick Mahomes. He is the greatest player to play the game, Zach. He has the accolades, and that man, no matter who's on his team, he elevates them to another level, and they always have a chance to win the Super Bowl. You have to understand, right now, the Kansas City Chiefs, they don't have the talent that they had 3 or 4 years from now or ago. But in a couple years, when they get a couple more picks and a couple more young players with the elite speed, they're going to be back at the top again because of things like that, because you have the quarterback like Patrick Mahomes. I'm telling you right now, everybody and their mama wants Patrick Mahomes. And he didn't make the Pro Bowl this year, which is, I guess, it's fine because there's a lot of quarterbacks out there doing some stuff. But that's going to eat at him in these playoffs.
Totally. Can't give you too much pushback. Can't give right. He's the greatest player of our generation.
Yeah, who's gonna push back? Literally,
he's a Super Bowl MVP, regular season MVPs. He is this generation's GOAT for good, bad, better, and different. It just kind of is what it is. Not his best year, but 15-1, 16 or 15-2. Okay, Mahomes over Bo. Obvious reasons. We get to Jared Goff.
That's an interesting one. I can't wait to hear what you're going to say about this one.
So, oh, man. Jared Goff is fantastic. Jared Goff is quarterbacking the number 1 seed in the NFC.
Over 4,600 yards.
That's insane. At one point, had a stretch where he had, over the course of a month, more touchdown passes than incompletions, which is psychotic. I can't in good conscience. Jared Goff, over 4,600 yards this year, completion percentage in the low 70s. This is in the NFL. This is in the Big 12. 37 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. It's Goff. I don't have to think too hard about it. Yeah, and he's a better athlete than I think he can.
Jared Goff has
get out of the pocket a little bit.
When Jared Goff got out of the pocket?
He doesn't get out of the pocket to run. He gets out of the pocket to throw.
He is not an athlete. He is not an athlete, Zach.
He's a decent athlete.
He wins games. He's very accurate. And that time, the rhythm, the process, and that is who Jared Goff is. So Sean could do something with him. The thing that would drive me crazy is he can't run. He has to rely just on his mind and his arm. Kind of like, Joe Burrow can run a little bit. But Jared Goff, he's like Joe Flacco. You can't tell me he's not.
No, he's a little bit better of an athlete than Joe Flacco. Where it'll be every other week, Jared Goff scampers for a first down to extend the drive.
Everybody bails back because you want to know why? Because they're like, this man is not running the ball.
Yeah. Maybe you're right on that. You are up. It's Sam Darnold.
This is the Cinderella story for Sam Darnold. He has turned his career around this year being with the Minnesota Vikings. And I got to play against Sam Darnold in the NFL and definitely in college when he was with USC because we were in the Pac-12.
Yep.
And Sam Darnold has athletic ability like Bo. Kind of like Bo. Like, he has the speed if he has to get out of there to run. He's a bigger body. But Sam Darnold is doing some amazing things. Now, with that being said, when you got Justin Jefferson, the best receiver in the league, on the other side, or the second best because Jamar Chase is looking like he's the best right now, it's easier to do your job when you're getting the separation. When you have Addison, who's the other receiver who's fast, it's easy to do your job when you're getting the separation and you have a great scheme. Sam Darnold was going to come to Denver. Sean wanted Sam Darnold in the first place, but Sam Darnold didn't want to sign that contract with the $10 million. I think he wanted more than $10 million. Well,
I think he signed for the 1 year, $10 million. I don't know if Denver was going to pay him that.
And Denver didn't want to give him the $10 million. I'm going to put Sam Darnold over Bo Nix. I am.
Had a great year. 35 touchdown passes, 12 interceptions, over 4,300 yards. Is he the Baja Man in that he's a one-hit wonder? Is he a creation of Kevin O'Connell?
Was Baker Mayfield a creation?
No, because I've seen him take the Browns to the playoffs. Now he's taking the Bucks to the playoffs.
But Sam Darnold was on the Jets.
Yeah, and he was terrible. But that's
The
a
Jets
terrible
are-
situation.
the Jets are
terrible
terrible.
situation. It didn't work in Carolina. It didn't work in Carolina at all.
Baker was with Sam Darnold in Carolina. They were backups with each other. They were on practice squad.
Would Darnold thrive more, because we're doing it through the lens of this situation, would Darnold thrive more than Bo? I have to disagree with you on this. I'm taking Bo over Darnold. You have Darnold over Bo. And then the last one to get through here as we rank the current quarterbacks in the playoffs, where does Bo Nix stack up? Matthew Stafford. Don't have to spend too much time on this one. Stafford is a future Hall of Famer, plays from the pocket. He would orchestrate Sean's offense, I think, fantastically.
Yep.
So we'll do that right there. So you and I agree that Bo Nix would be ahead of Jalen Hurts in terms of the fit here in Denver. Jalen Hurts, C.J. Stroud, Russell Wilson, and Jordan Love. And we disagreed on Sam Darnold and agreed that Mahomes, Herbert, Lamar, Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels, Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff, and Matthew Stafford would be ahead of Bo right now. Hey, I cannot believe we're doing this exercise. That it's just a testament to Bo. The fact that we wanted to talk through this is a testament to Bo's rookie season.